Welcome back, fellow mobile gamers, to the 50th episode of my weekly roundup of the best games I played last week. 50 episodes. That is a lot, so thank you very much for the support of the past year, and here's to the next 50 episodes as well. This week though, for episode 50, we're gonna cover an amazing award-winning puzzle game, a new Clash Royale-like Strategy RPG game set in the Disney universe, a casual fishing simulation indie game, and lastly, a new polished strategy game, not unlike King of Thieves by Zeptolab. So let's just get started, and remember that as always, you can find my favorite game of the week at the end of the video. So I'll see you guys there at the end of the video again, and until then, I just hope that you will enjoy this week's 4 mobile games. Disney Sorcerers Arena is an upcoming, still in beta, strategy game that mixes Clash Royale-like gameplay with RPG progression and hero unlocking systems. We take a team of 3 Disney heroes into battle who automatically start attacking the opponents with normal attacks, and then meanwhile we draw 4 special ability cards at a time, each with a mana cost, which we deploy to deal additional damage, heal our team, and so on. This game has a lot of content to offer, by the way, like campaign missions, real-time PvP arena, a tower of endurance, daily quests, guilds, and just so much more. However though, an energy system sadly limits our time with the single player content, and the only redeeming factor here is that winning PvP matches provides us with a currency that we can then use to buy more energy. New Disney heroes are unlocked throughout the game, but additional new hero packs are strictly sold for premium currency, which sadly gives paying users a pay to progress fast advantage. While this is frustrating, the core gameplay is fun, and in comparison to the other Disney games on mobile, this is shaping up to be one of the better ones, as long as glue just doesn't ruin the game through monetization. Time will tell on that part, of course. The game requires online access, it takes up 829 megabytes of space, it's in beta on Android and iOS in a few countries, and if you're a huge Disney fan and you like strategy card games, and gacha RPGs of course, then definitely give this one a go as soon as you can. If not, however, you could still consider checking it out, as long as you are aware of the monetization and don't start spending money on the game, because that will burn a hole in your pocket really fast. Desert Island Fishing is basically the Tinder of fishing games. Yes, quite literally actually. We throw out our line, we get matched with 3 random fish, oh this is getting interesting, and then we proceed to swipe left or right to either reject or catch the fish. As I said, basically Tinder for fishing games. This indie pixel-style fishing game has us progress through no less than 7 different islands, completing missions by catching specific fish using various baits, hooks, and fishing rods that we pay to unlock using the gold that we get from selling the fish that we catch. The grind for more gold and the limited inventory space, which can be expanded through in-app purchases by the way, is a slight frustration in this game, but as a casual fishing game to play while watching a Netflix series or listening to a podcast, the game does tick many of the right boxes for a solid indie mobile game. It can be played offline, it takes up only 81 megabytes of space, it's out of course both on Android and iOS, and if you like casual fishing games, then definitely check out Desert Island Fishing, as it's a fun indie game to waste a few hours on, as long as you don't mind the grind for getting more gold and catching the right fish at the right time. The night park plays pretty much like Zeptolab's King of Thieves, in that we first have to design a map by strategically placing traps and guards to defend our artifact from other players, and those other players will then attempt to steal our artifact by getting 3 thief creatures from one side of the map to the other side without our guards noticing them. The game's arena system has us defeat other players' maps in a league system that's pretty much reminiscent of that found in Clash Arena Turbo Stars, and what this means is that we have to reach the top 5 of the league before it resets to then proceed to the next league, or we can simply win enough times to continue instantly. As we slowly progress throughout the game, we unlock new attack and defense creatures, each with a unique ability that we then use strategically when trying to defend our map, and of course when trying to get through the opponent's maps. The graphics are really clean and the game is polished and fun to play, but paying users certainly have a pay to progress faster advantage, sadly. The game requires online access, it takes up 207 megabytes of space, it's available on Android and on iOS, and if you enjoyed King of Thieves, then you will most likely enjoy the Night Park too, so be sure to take it for a spin. Tiny Bubbles is a 170 puzzles large, well, you know, a puzzle game. The art style is simplistic, but very polished. The gameplay is, for the most part, relaxing, with no countdown timers or impending death threats, and for the completionists out there, there's a ton of achievements as well. While each level feels unique and different, with new puzzle elements added throughout the game, the core objective is always the same: pop all bubbles by connecting 4 bubbles of the same color. This very simple premise of the game makes it extremely easy to get into, and the many ways of achieving the same overall objective just makes it a thrill to play as well. 70% 50% of the levels are free on Android, with the rest unlocking for the same $4 upfront premium price of the game's iOS version. The game can be played offline, it requires 210 MB of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you enjoy puzzle games, this is pretty much a no-brainer on Android, since it's free after all, but even on iOS, it's still worth considering checking out because of the high quality and very well-made puzzles, which is what makes this game my favorite game of the week. Thank you very much for watching till the end. Do me a favor and let me know if you've played an awesome new mobile game this week, because I love getting those recommendations. And most importantly, of course, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.